Hey everybody, making another weird video, another catch bait title, but I kind of wanted to make this video too, because like I made the Zani one, because it's like, well, heck, this actually ain't a bad theory on, since she's not out yet, but this theory is actually one I had back when I was doing the 2.0 campaign, or storyline. So Carlotta is known as the second daughter, and I think this theory is a little bit bigger. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I feel like somebody also came up with this theory. There's obviously a couple things. I mean, if she has an older sister, or I mean, if there's a first daughter of the Montelli family, maybe it's not even blood relation. I know they found her kind of at the orphanage type deal, and just kind of pulled it all together. So I'm unsure how that actually works. If blood relation, or maybe it is blood relation and she never seen her sister before. And when I say sister, I do not mean Waboom. I found this on Reddit. I actually thought it was kind of funny. Um, this one too. But and I think somebody actually had a name for him, Couchata. But no, I'm not talking about this character, Kachora, or what, however you say his name, the calculator. Nobody knows how to say his freaking name half the time. But you can kind of see, I mean, we all know she's our glacial gun user or pistol user, 5 star, first gun user, 5 star gun user. So she kind of, that was one reason I pulled her, is just the fact she's going to have a gun. And Americans love their guns. And we can see like how she's built, what her 5 pieces, best main echoes. Obviously, everybody's probably used Game 8 to kind of look at some stuff. But the character, I actually think she looks a lot like. Then, like I said, the only thing that kind of gets rid of this theory, but it also doesn't burn this bridge yet, is she does look a lot like Prolovia, which is the Fractious. And if you remember, she is the basically main antagonist during the Renesita arc. Or Resita arc. I said it right that wrong too. But I just think it's interesting, like you can kind of tell with, like, we'll go to paint and kind of look. Their eye color is kind of the same. If we zoom in on Carlotta, we can tell, and this ain't the best, but similar face features. Eyes shining. Let me go back to this, and if I can zoom, I don't know how far I can zoom in on this. Oops. I guess I can't zoom too far in, so we'll zoom back out. But you can tell eye color very, very similar. The just generally, she's obviously wearing more Fractious type stuff. Hair color, I mean, not all siblings have the same hair, so that's not really, shouldn't really be a big thing. But they do have that similar longer hair. They kind of do look like they could be sisters, maybe. I mean, people dye their hair too, so that's always a thing. Her tacet marks here, hers is on her back. I noticed these little, like this kind of looks like a more Fractious one, and then this is more the Montelli one. But it's very, very similar. Um, I should pull up more images. So we've got the gun, this, da, 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 da. She uses the wand type thing, which I'm wondering if they're gonna put wands in, or what that weapon's gonna actually be. That'll be interesting to see if they ever finally release her out. But I literally thought 2.0 was going to be this whole big thing. She was the bad guy. Prolovia was the bad guy. She was the good guy. And that they were going to do a whole thing, like literally head explosion, that this is the first daughter of the Montelli family. And it was going to be like a whole thing, like, holy shit, this is actually happening. Like, I thought that was going to be the big, and it still could be a cliffhanger on this, because, I mean, it could be a thing for later on, or maybe they'll come back and revisit this. But we can see that Cristoforo, which is the newest fractionist they just introduced, or at least he's affiliated with them. So I'm unsure if he's actually. I'm assuming, yeah, he's just red. So I'm trying to see. Well, if we go back, so this kind of makes her like you. I mean, we've had Scar, and then we have the Christopher Rowe guy, but it kind of makes you think like she might be running this, like maybe not the whole show, but she might be running the show here as the conductor. And so it says Christopher tells her to come out of her secluded mansion more and see the world, indicating she spends much of her time out isolated outside of her missions as an overseer. So that tells me who else, like all the characters we know already, who else do we know who has a mansion? Well, I think that goes without saying. The only other person we've seen with a mansion is the Montelli family, and obviously big name families. And Carlotta and Prolovia do look a lot like each other. So I literally thought the 2.0 story was going to end with this being the big, and maybe 2.3 might end with this, but I thought this was going to end with this big reveal, like these two were sisters. The only thing that screwed this up was you had, they do see each. Now I kind of forget if Carlotta might have had a mask on. Might have had a mask on during that time. So maybe that's kind of like, okay, maybe they don't recognize each other. Maybe they technically didn't see each other. I'd have to redo the part of the storyline. My other opinion is maybe she would recognize Carlotta as her younger sister, but she did have the mask on. And Carlotta might not even know who she is. Carlotta's known as the second daughter, but she might have never even seen Prolovia before, if they are in fact sisters. And I mean, just characteristically looking, they do look very similar. Both have accents. So that's kind of my theory on it. And I mean, there's other people think I've seen with this theory. Like, I don't know what you guys think. Please leave comments, and if there's anything you guys can expand on this theory, please feel free to expand on it. But I think we're gonna see some kind of reveal about this. She's gonna be. I think at least Prolovia is gonna be related to some kind of big family in Renacida. And I mean, I don't know what all this is, like fragments. They just look very similar. And I think there will be a big reveal. I think she's at least from they're from the same area, I feel like. I feel like she came to help Scar in his zone, and now uh I could definitely see a big reveal revealing these two are sisters, or at least related to the Montelli family, whether being the second daughter means anything blood related, or being the if she is the first daughter means anything blood related to the Montellis, or if it's just all like the mafia brotherhood, like, hey, bring them into the family, treat you like a brother, shit like that. But I just do not think I guarantee she has some connection to the Montellis. This is like the whole time the whole uncle thing was going on, and they were like, sounds like Montelli interference, sounds like Montelli interference. I almost thought she was pulling actual strings in the background to get everything done, and maybe she was working with the uncle with something, and then stuff like that. Because like they had so much, like just the fact this character was the bad guy, and then all the behind the scenes stuff Carlotta was trying to figure out. I literally thought that this was the first daughter and they were sisters, and this was going to be the big reveal. And I know I've repeated that like 5, 10 times already, but tell me what you guys think. If you guys think this is a believable theory, possibly. I mean, I don't know if Carlotta knows about her, if she would be in the family, but I feel like she would know about Carlotta, or at least the Montellis in general. And then maybe she knows how Carlotta looks, but Carlotta had that mask on, so she couldn't tell it was her. Because, I mean, you know how masks are. You put a mask on, you can't see who's who. I mean, that's why they did those balls like that. And maybe she's just never met Prolovia before in person, because I'm sure Montellis have a lot of hidden behind scenes. But yeah, that's the video I made. Just another kind of fan theory, and I would not be surprised if this had some kind of, I don't know, like maybe a little bit of traction. Maybe it's not first sister, second, or first daughter, second daughter, but there's definitely some kind of relation between these two characters, just besides what we've seen in the story, and I can't wait to see if anything ever comes of it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.